Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez. Hope you guys had an amazing, blessed, beautiful weekend with the people that you love most and hold dearest. Hope you guys had a good one. It was a good Sunday for football, all you football fans out there. It wasn't too bad, and on Saturday we had a little bit of weekend wrestling as well. In the CMLL, we had a PLE that happened on Sunday. We also had one today to celebrate, the Mexican Revolutionary Day. So, obviously those out there who are celebrating, congratulations. That's awesome. That's sick. And, All right, guys. So, without further ado, we have a lot for you today on tap. We're going to talk about our WWE Smackdown review. We have our Monday Night Raw preview / talk. We talk about some stuff that might happen tonight. We're also going to talk about Netflix is, after the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight right now, right? WWE is, having a little trust issues with Netflix because of their, difficulties. Wondering if the broadcasting is going to be able to support and grow WWE. So we're going to talk about that in our third segment. In our fourth segment, guess what, guys? 12 years ago today, The Shield formed the best trios group in WWE history. I don't care what you have to say, the NWO fans out there. No, I'm just kidding. I was, I'm an NWO guy as well. So, definitely love and respect, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. In our fifth and final segment, we have two TNA stars that are kind of right now teetering on the brink of leaving Total Nonstop Action. We have Speedball Mike Bayley, who has been rumored to be going to AEW. We also have Josh Alexander, the Walking Weapon. And we're going to get into their contract talks. We're going to talk about their future and their current statuses. When the fifth segment comes around, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But before we get into all the action, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that super chat right there. What if you got a burning question or a hot take in terms of professional wrestling here at the GSMC Sports Network? We are all ears, 1,010%. All about keeping the conversation lively, making sure that you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy, drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed, why not use that super chat? It's that $ right next to the chat box right there. Just go ahead and hit it, and whatever you guys put inside there is going to be guaranteed to be featured on the show 1,010%. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do appreciate a lot of your guys' super chats. Helps us keep the lights on all these amazing podcasts with these amazing podcasters who have one goal in mind. We just want to bring you guys some awesome sports content that you love so damn much. And guess what? It's absolutely 1,010% free. How does that old song go? The best things in life are free. Obviously, I don't sing it as good as that guy. But the best things in life are truly free. Make sure you guys, subscribe. Superman punch that like a subscribe button to the show, and also follow the show, follow the network. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we will make sure this, podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, if the super chat not your thing, it's all good. Go ahead and hit up the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the network. Thank you in advance. And, here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity. But in terms of talking sports, we know it's inevitable. Disagreements, criticisms are going to happen. It's all good in the neighborhood. It's all gravy, baby. Don't worry about it. Don't be shy. Let's get this party started. And, make sure you guys send in your opinions about professional wrestling. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and talk about our WWE Smackdown review. Once again, another awesome review. I kind of have a philosophy about Smackdown and Raw. Usually the two go-home shows are, literally the best. And tonight's episode of Smackdown was really good. The storytelling in the Bloodline Civil War storyline was amazing. Also, with the Bayley and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, Naomi, that building, tumultuous relationship. It was just very, very good. Also, the tag team match, Tommaso Ciampa coming out with the Street Profits, rebuilding that tag team division on WWE Smackdown. The storytelling has been phenomenal, and it's been great. I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. I definitely don't hope that, it kind of finds its way, plummets down. That would be an absolute terror. I will stop watching professional wrestling, so don't do that, Triple H. I'm just kidding. No, I would still watch professional wrestling. Well, maybe I'll boycott I'll boycott Monday Night Raw. I won't watch Monday Night Raw anymore. Only when Dominic Mysterio is on the screen. In that case, I will boycott WWE. No, I'm just kidding. Just playing. All right, so we were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on Friday. Cody Rhodes kicks off the show, calls out Kevin Owens, but Nick Aldis quickly comes out and says, "You know what, Cody? Pump your brakes there, pal." All Cody Rhodes wants to do, the WWE Champion wants to hold Kevin Owens accountable for what he had done to Randy Orton last week, using an illegal wrestling move that put a lot of wrestlers on the shelf. Like, look at what happened when Owen Hart botched the pile driver with Stone Cold Steve Austin. We all knew how that kind of worked out. It was just bad. Obviously Darren Drozdov from the Attitude Era, once when D'Lo Brown was trying to hit a running power bomb, slipped, landed on his head and neck, and now the guy's he's a paraplegic. So he's passed away, obviously. Rest in peace. But I don't know, just a lot can go wrong when you use that move. That's why I feel like WWE has ultimately kind of gone, done away with it, which is good. Nick Aldis was clearly frustrated about how Kevin Owens, and he said the man, it was going to be handled internally. What does that even mean? I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes has the same, concerns that I do. I'm like, okay, what the hell does that mean? But Kevin Owens is going to show up. He had a promo where he was on social media. And he said, you know what, I was banned from the arena, but Nick Aldis says, since his golden boy Cody Rhodes wants me to come to Raw, oh, I'm coming. Oh, Cody Rhodes, I'll be there. Like, just kind of rubbed in Cody's face how he's like the golden child, how since he made it to WWE, he's got nothing but opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, winning the Royal Rumble twice, getting a shot at Roman Reigns' coveted WWE Universal WWE Championship, Undisputed Championship. And right now it's getting to the point where Kevin Owens is, he's fully embraced his heel persona. He, his time as the WWE Universal Championship, like, you can tell that title run in him and losing to Goldberg at Fastlane, I think it was Fastlane, don't quote me on that, it burdens him, and that's something that, creative writing did back in the day, Vince McMahon, during the Vince McMahon era, like, he didn't handle a lot of these young superstars correctly. Like, you could have had Kevin Owens beat Goldberg, and that definitely would have put him over, because at the time Goldberg was still considered like a main event, day-to-day, week-to-week wrestler, and Kevin Owens was kind of swept under the rug basically for a nostalgia act, him losing the Universal Championship. And it sucks, and it's terrible that a gifted wrestler like Kevin Owens would have to kind of subdue that. Once again, I'm not too sure if him and if Owens and WWE has come to a contract, negotiation or stipulation stating that I'm going to stay, from point A to point B, then I'm leaving the company. All I know is WWE, they gave him an offer. He didn't like it. AEW offered him some money as well. He went to WWE to match it. Didn't happen. So right now, Kevin Owens, I don't, usually when WWE superstars are kind of at odds with WWE personnel, like officials backstage and the higher-ups, executives in terms of contract talks, you see a lot of questionable storylines. You see sometimes like when somebody could be, kind of written off WWE, obviously what you saw with Ricochet and Braun Breaker, where he was speared through the windshield of an Escalade, and then also Speedball Mike Bayley. Recently on TNA Impact on Thursday was betrayed by Trent Seven, laid out. Also, he lost the X Division Championship to a guy who, quite frankly, he's not in the X Division. Like, it's, Moose doesn't belong fighting, people like Mustafa Ali. Doesn't, that's not his, he's in the main event. So, all in all, usually when that stuff kind of happens to wrestlers, there's a reason kind of behind the madness. But I don't know. So this whole Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes thing is going to be decided next week. They're going to come face to face. Jey Uso in the back in a promo with him, Sami Zayn, and his brother Jay. Still, hating on Sami Zayn. Still has overall kind of like a void with him, which kind of shocks me. I feel like, once when Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline, and once when he was kind of put on, was it Tribal Apprentice? I'm not too sure what it was, but he was put on blast. He was, he was tried. It was kind of like a court case, and Jimmy Uso, Roman, Paul Heyman, everybody, wanted to dog him. Jay at the point was as well. But, he passed the test. He gained the trust of the tribal chief. And the person that should probably hate Jimmy Uso, that should probably hate Sami Zayn more than Jimmy Uso, is definitely got to be Jey Uso. But Jey Uso was willing to forgive him because, Jey Uso was kind of rubbed out of the bloodline. Then it was Sami. Then, obviously the whole everything happened with Roman Reigns losing the WWE Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And then you saw, Jimmy Uso get kind of be thrown under by Solo Sikoa, his younger brother, the new tribal chief. But right now, I don't really see why Jimmy Uso's hating on Sami Zayn so much, especially whenever Sami talks. Jimmy Uso always breaks character. He's always smiling from ear to ear. Sami Zayn just has that, effect on, wrestlers. He was trying to get Roman to break character so damn bad last week. I was hoping to see a smile. I got to be honest. I was hoping to see a smile by Roman Reigns. I was rooting for it. But overall, I was happy with Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso kind of, being there and breaking character, breaking kayfabe. So Sami Zayn claimed that he has another option. Obviously, we found out later on that night who that option was. Wasn't really the right choice. The LA Knight, the WWE United States Champion, he's kind of focused on his own singles career right now. He said he doesn't want to, doesn't want to surround himself with a lot more drama that he's already kind of dealing with. He recently knocked off Andrade. He recently knocked out the up and rising Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat match for the United States Championship, and it was now it's just a fresh new start. Obviously, what we found out later on. Well, we'll just go ahead and talk about it right now. So Shinsuke Nakamura is back. The LA Knight held an open challenge for the United States Championship. It was answered by not Santos Escobar. It was answered by Santos Escobar for Humberto Carrillo, which was kind of, a little funky. But this whole Legado del Fantasma, I feel like WWE is highly underusing them, definitely. I would love Santos Escobar have the belt. I ultimately thought the LA Knight was going to turn heel. Would open up a lot of storylines for returning Shinsuke Nakamura, who's kind of forced to kind of come back as a heel or come back as like a, what's your deal? I'm not a good guy, I'm not a bad guy, which is not a good look for Shinsuke Nakamura. He's had that look in the past, and it's ultimately ended up with him being written off, WWE not being televised on events, him being on WWE live events, and him losing the jobber matches against Braun Breaker, who made him look super weak, who killed his character. So, the LA Knight was kind of, speculated on turning heel, in my opinion. And then once when AJ Styles returned to the WWE and his untimely injury on SmackDown, I think ultimately really messed up the long-term storytelling in terms of this mid-card title, because I felt like AJ Styles, he came back, got a really positive energy from the fans. And I thought he was going to come back and be the babyface, the United States champion, or kind of go after the LA Knight once again. They had a feud back a couple of months ago, heading toward WrestleMania. But this title, I feel like it does put some people over. But then again, I feel like it does kind of subdue them to feel a little complacent in the position where they're at right now in WWE. So right now, the LA Knight, he's not going to be seen as more than a mid-carder because he, the only thing he's ever won was the United States champion. So that was his first belt. So we got a shot, he took it, and he made it. So I don't know. I feel like this title division could be a lot more interesting if the LA Knight wasn't the champion, if that makes sense. I feel like it would be a lot more open up if somebody like Santos Escobar held the title. It would be a lot more open up if somebody like Carmelo Hayes held the title and Shinsuke Nakamura. But right now, the LA Knight, I feel like WWE was like, he's been with WWE personnel for quite some time. He was, backstage personnel. Then he left the TNA, left for the independent wrestling scene, came back, wrestled really, really good. So there was like, we got to get this guy, we got to pay his due. We got to give him what he deserves, and he deserves a title shot for the United States Championship. And, he was even mentioning on the show, he even brought up Logan Paul. So if Logan Paul returns to WWE Smackdown, you're going to have all these guys competing for the United States champion. If the storytelling, which, on SmackDown it's been done pretty well so far, if it's done good and the bookings are done good, this could shape up for an electric United States championship division as opposed to the WWE Intercontinental division on Raw. Because you would have somebody like a returning injured AJ Styles, like somebody exactly like Carmelo Hayes, which is like a little cocky but a young stud who's going to be the future of WWE someday. Andrade, the WWE Speed Champion, which, I'm not a huge WWE Speed guy. I feel like it's a joke. If you're gonna have 3-minute matches and give them at least something on, X or Twitter or whatever you like to call it nowadays, Elon Musk. I feel like, why not do a 205 Live, like, on your X account? You know what I mean? Or on your YouTube account for WWE. Why not have an hour show where you can showcase all these luchadors that are swept under the rug, all this young, high-flying talent that could be great, and have Andrade stay in the United States Championship division on SmackDown. But, obviously, there's a lot of different things, a lot of different contemporaries that kind of come into play in terms of talking about that. So the Women's Championship, the United States Championship tournament has been announced. Bayley defeated the WWE Speed Women's Champion Candice LeRae and B-Fab, which is, which can make me kind of think like why B-Fab was there. Why not have an NXT superstar come and like kind of, showcase her skills, kind of like Lash Legend. But all in all, I liked it. I thought it was great for B-Fab. I thought she looked impressive. I thought she looked good. And, for me, I hate triple threat matches. Like, at first I kind of hated it, but it kind of leaves it open for like the shock factor. So it gives somebody like somebody like Chelsea Green, somebody like Michin, who might actually kind of slip their way into a title victory here. But overall, I know it's kind of crazy. So the finals of the Women's United States Championship Tournament will take place December and Saturday night's main event live on NBC, streaming simultaneously with Peacock. We're going to crown the inaugural Women's United States Championship, which is, pretty cool. And what I've noticed from the tournament tree that they showed on SmackDown, I noticed that all the superstars contending for that championship are all SmackDown superstars. So we have a Hope, we have, we have Malice. We have confirmation that there's going to be a WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship being announced on Monday Night Raw within the next couple of episodes. Maybe they're waiting for, after the PLE, but it's going to happen. You didn't see any of the Raw superstars on there. Why can't they contend? God only knows. But it's because they're introducing a Women's Intercontinental Championship, and by all means, finally. So it should be interesting to kind of, find out what's going on with that. Next, we have, Roman Reigns meeting with the guys. Solo Sikoa comes out, and he's met absolutely, he's met right away. He's met right away by the OG Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jimmy J. Uso, and Sami Zayn, who at first get the better of him. I got to be honest, during this promo, I did not like the way WWE kind of had Sami Zayn beating down the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, in the corner. I was kind of like, you're trying to make this guy look like a complete badass. He's the enforcer of Solo Sikoa, the self-proclaimed new tribal chief of this new young bloodline that's supposed to be hot, supposed to be riveting, supposed to be aggressive. And you kind of have him being beaten down by Sami Zayn. Like, not hating on Sami Zayn whatsoever, but I just kind of, I don't know, if that was a little sus. But of course, he was able to kind of regain control, but then he was getting knocked out by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns saves Sami Zayn, so a huge round of applause. And, Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns seem to be on the same picture. Bronson Reed, Big Bad Bronson Reed, is part of the new young bloodline. They found their fifth member, and after the promo, you had Jimmy screaming to Roman Reigns, saying to make the call, like to Paul Heyman. Could be to making, amends with Seth Rollins. Should be interesting to find out, but for sure, we're going to get a Seth Rollins. I know we're going to get a Seth Rollins. We have to. The old saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, maybe he hates Roman Reigns less than he hates Bronson Reed. So we had a WWE Tag Team Championship match. Tommaso Ciampa interrupts the match. Kind of crazy. Street Profits were absolutely pissed off. D'Angelo Dawkins pushed Alex Shelley down out of frustration. Johnny Gargano left confused after being pushed down by Tommaso Ciampa. But one thing that I definitely took out of this, that is the Motor City Machine Guns, ever since they made it to WWE Smackdown, has looked absolutely phenomenal. It's the jumpstart in the tag team division that they desperately needed so much. So, love myself some Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. I definitely think they revamped the WWE Tag Team division on SmackDown. You can bet these three teams are going to go at it in the future. Once I kind of reiterated on this podcast over and over and over again, I do not want to see a Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano feud. Once again, you already had that once before. Why are you kind of hinting at them coming at odds with each other? At this point, I feel like in the tag team division at this point, I feel like there's really no heels. There's really no baby faces. A lot of these tag teams are frustrated and they want a shot at the tag team titles. And the fans are really honestly going to make the baby faces themselves. WWE really doesn't really have to lay a finger on any of these storylines. They just need to talk to the Street Profits. They need to talk to DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and, Pretty Deadly, whoever. And be like, you know what? You just kind of go out there and let the fans kind of choose for themselves. And sometimes those are the best kind of, storylines. Lastly, we have Naomi and Nia Jax, interference once again, and I hate it. I hate it that these women matches on Raw and SmackDown, and this should have been the main event. Well, it was the main event, but then after you kind of had Roman Reigns calling the Wiseman, and, he looked absolutely desperate. He looked like he honestly had no other, no other place to go. He looked like he lost hope. Roman Reigns did after he found out the call was disconnected. Well, not disconnected, but the phone was disconnected. But anyways, Naomi and Nia Jax, all in all, I felt like it was a great match. It was a great match for Naomi. I liked it in terms of her becoming, I think she's going to be the inaugural WWE Women's United States Champion. I don't know why, but I get that feeling. You had Candice LeRae interfere, obviously, Bianca Belair and Mrs. Money to Bank Tiffany Stratton. So, I'm not really a huge fan on these, why do you have to always interfere in the women's matches? Why can't you just have a clean-cut match? But then again, with Nia Jax, and this is the same thing when it comes to, I'm not trying to be a jerk. This is the same thing that happens with, superstars that are kind of super heavyweights. You know what I mean? In the women's division, Nia Jax is a super heavyweight. She embraces that. That's her character. That's cool. She goes out there. Four people need to take her down. And, that's all good. Kind of like what you saw with, Braun Strowman when he was getting his push with WWE back in the day, what you saw happen with, the Big Show. It's, sometimes you kind of have to have that interference factor or else the match outcomes sometimes kind of look obscure. If you found out, Naomi defeated Nia Jax on her own, that's cool for Naomi, not trying to take away anything from Naomi's skill set, but at the end of the day, you kind of look at it, you're like, I don't know, it seems a little sus. Kind of seems like it's a little unbelievable. But overall, like I said, a great episode of WWE Smackdown, and I can't wait for the last one before Survivor Series. All right, guys, so hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to talk about some WWE Monday Night Raw talk. Obviously, we pre-recorded already. Obviously, it already aired, but I have not checked a single shred of social media. No TikTok, no Instagram, no Facebook. Have not checked online whatsoever. I love going to my WWE Monday Night Raws. Absolutely clueless for that unpredictability factor to kind of, send shivers down my spine as a wrestling fan. So, can't wait to talk about that. If you guys already watched it, it's cool. If you want to drop some spoilers in the chat, that's cool as well. If you want to talk about it, by all means, we're gonna give it a shout out when we come back. So hey, do not go anywhere.